Well, obviously it's been a long process, it's been a very difficult process, and there are lots of cuts, there are lots of pain in this particular budget. We were able to put back $26 million that helped some of the most needy folks in the state, and that was important to us, but also some of the working poor that really depend on some of the basic support that they get from their government, and we were able to do that through efficiencies. There's no tax increase, there's no increase in the stabilization fund or touching the stabilization fund. So a lot of good things have happened in this budget, but unfortunately it's not one without pain. I think it's very responsible, but it's not one that I think people on any parts of the State House can feel overjoyed about.
Actually, I'm very pleased that we've gotten this far. It's been a struggle because everybody has very strong emotions about making sure that the things that they care deeply about get included. And we've gotten very far together. We've had to break at this last moment around this small amount, but people have been doing their best, and I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to get it done tonight so that the curtailments don't take place.
Well, I think I'm feeling good that we were able to pass the budget in the House. Obviously, it's a bittersweet feeling. It's a tough budget, but the perspective of my caucus is we have a budget that restored a lot of the services to the things that we were most concerned about, whether it was home care services, domestic violence, mental health for kids. It's a budget that doesn't raise taxes. It doesn't touch the rainy day fund, which I think is going to be important in the next year when times continue to get more difficult. And the reality is we passed it in a respectful way in the House with an overwhelming vote. So it's now going down to the Senate. I'm hopeful that they're going to pass it. And I think it's the responsible thing to do, because if we weren't able to pass a budget today, it would mean the governor's curtailments go into effect tomorrow, which are really the worst case scenario. So I think this shows the legislature is able to govern. We're able to pass a responsible budget, and I'm hopeful the people of Maine will see it that way.
We're hopeful to pass a budget in the next few minutes or so. That is a difficult budget for everybody, recognizing the tough times Maine is in. But at the same time, we're thinking about the future, and we're protecting the most vulnerable people in Maine without raising taxes.
I'm a little disappointed that we did not get a bipartisan budget. We worked very hard to get bipartisan efforts on both sides. We made success in that we got the Senate to vote for a bipartisan budget, but that was killed in the House. So from that point of view, I'm disappointed. We have what we have, and that's as far as I guess we're going to get.
This budget has been a real challenge for us, so tonight I feel a mixed sense of relief that it has been passed in the House and Senate, but I also have mixed feelings because I know there's a lot of serious pain in this budget. There's a lot of people who will have a lot of anxiety in the services they receive, and I just hope, and I know that we've done our best to mitigate that pain, but I personally am going to be keeping an eye on it going forward.